happened again. KURO'S and the crew delivered a chapter that presented several new thought processes that I didn't even think we were going to get into yet. Zodel stepping in and stomping the cleaners, getting an inkling of who Kuro really is. Canis before the breakdown, a young Canis? Mimoa getting caught in the memory vortex? This was all insanely cool to me because we've been trying to figure things out for the last, 10 or so chapters? But every time we get closer to answers, KURO'S throws a wrench at us and makes us go back to reread specific chapters for reference. And with Gachiakuta being on break next week, we're gonna have plenty of time for speculation. And I'm gonna have to drop some fact videos to keep the Gachiakuta engagement high, cause y'all know me. Anyway, man, as y'all know, my name is DomoSenpai, and we are here to discuss chapter 106. Damn, that's crazy to say. 106 of Gachiakuta. And if y'all are new to the channel, y'all know what needs to be done, bro. Go down below and hit that red subscribe button or the link in the description. Either one will help me towards my goal, right? Reaching 10K by the end of summer. And to be honest, we are closing in on the end, and we haven't really made much progress, so I will still hold out hope, but the window slowly closing. Thank y'all for always keeping me in your thoughts and supporting me the way y'all do. That means the world to me. We're gonna leave it at that, and since you're all here, y'all know we gotta... We started off the chapter with Mimoa grabbing Kuro's memories, and just before Engine and them could get there, Zodel dropped in and activated his Jinky, Mishra, which, according to somebody in my Discord, Mishra means bird, which, I mean, it makes sense because he grew some wings and whatnot, but for some reason, I just don't want to agree. It just sounds, I don't know, man, it don't hit for me. But aside from that, this is one of them ones, bro. Anytime we get a spread of a character strutting their shit in Gachiakuta, it's always special in my opinion. Because for some reason, Urano-sensei tends to demonstrate a clear message when drawing these spreads, especially when it's a villain. Look at how menacing Zodel looks in this spread. Rudo was shook because he didn't even expect Zodel to use his Jinky here. And speaking of Jinky, in the comment section below, tell me if you guys prefer Jinky or Vital Instrument, because to be honest, I hella prefer Jinky because it sounds a lot more unique than Vital Instrument. Vital Instrument sounds basic as hell. And as a side note, I wonder how the subtitles for the anime is gonna be now that I think about it, because if they do indeed go with Jinky, we will know that it was an executive decision made on the Manga side to change it to Vital Instruments. Moving on, I truly like the design choice for Zodel here in these panels because he reminds me of a peacock. You know how peacocks always gotta spread their tails and whatnot and assert dominance. He did that here and made it look extremely scary. Something we also need to take into account here with Zodel as well is that even up against the power of Cerberus, he overcame it with ease. Listen, I knew he was strong, but damn, you took out something that I thought was gonna be here for a while. And now that we are to the Cerberus extermination, holy hell, that was fast. Granted, I think we can say that he's still alive, but to think he was wiped out that quick, it really put into perspective for me just how strong Zodel is. I always thought he was strong, right? I always did. I always thought he was super strong, but I didn't think that he was gonna be 10 times stronger than the entire crew. That was some entirely different shit, I'm gonna be honest. Let's move into the next segment, and that is not only Momoa's ability, but just what she saw inside of Kuro's mind. First and foremost, let us talk about the name, Asil. I have no clue what that means. But man, does it sound elegant coming from her. In the comments, if y'all know what that means, please fill me in. I am super curious to know what it has to do with the ability. But the explanation of how her ability came to be was pretty cool. It was very tame, but I liked it. She just loved music. And not only music, but the world of music. And the isolation you feel being able to focus on that one thing with the headphones, right? Like outside of the musicality part. Like just being able to be enveloped in a world, your own world, without being bothered. Helped spawn her Jinky. Pretty nice origin story for an ability, in my opinion. And now, this is where things get freaky. And I hope y'all bear with the conclusion that I came to, because I think it fits very well. Mimoa becomes enveloped in a plethora of memories. And I had a field day zooming in on all of these, trying to figure out what was what. In this very sea of memories, you see everything that has happened with the story so far. Literally, everything. Even things that he should not have been privy to or have been able to see, like the desert region when we went to go see Amo. Zonka's hometown from the backstory. But that's not where things blew my mind. On the next page, we see memories of a young Canis Sherbrick. But before we go there, we got a few other memories we gotta talk about. Who the fuck is Bob? And then not to mention Amelia. And then someone who's more than likely Engine having a conversation with Corvus in regards to the trash beast they fought alongside fighting Zodel and his crew? There's so many things that we have to figure out here. One of which I pretty much surmised already, and that was the fact that the person in the top left is in fact Engine. I thought it was gonna be like an ancestor of his talking to Canis or someone of that caliber. But in context, it makes so much sense that it is indeed Engine having a conversation with Corvus about the trash beast that Zodel created. It's one of those I'm gonna throw you off the hunt type thing, right? Where you're looking for something and you think you found it, but then here's a wrench that I'm gonna throw into your plans. It's one of those, but you can't trick me, Kayudana. You've done it enough. I've seen it enough. I'm here to put a stop to your plans, and I think I figured this out. The other two are ones that I'm gonna be honest, man, I have no clue. I genuinely have no clue. At first, I thought that Amelia could have been Delmon's wife that died, but then I went back to check the design in the Yamo Illusion chapters, and yeah, that definitely was not her. So then who could she be? I want to go out on a limb and say that she's potentially Rudo's mom, but even with that, I can't find anything to justify it other than the next thing that we see is about Canis Sherbrick. This is the thing that really boggled my mind. We see Kuro talking to Canis. He was hoping that Canis didn't leave. And as we all know, Canis eventually goes to the sphere in hopes of stopping the humans. And if we put into context the fact that he knew and was seemingly friends with Canis, and if we go back to the ancestry chapter and we read that Canis Sherbrick was one of Makaka Iko's best friends, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the presence of none other than Makaka Iko himself. It all adds up, bro. Even looking at Makaka Iko's painting, seeing the eye, and all the memories of seeing everything being alive since the very beginning. I sound crazy saying this, right? I sound like a madman. And even the way Mimoa is talking to him, saying, you, how? How long have you been alive? I always thought it was strange, right? Him being the information broker and knowing literally everything, keeping his name secret, and then using phrases like dear child really put into perspective everything for me that was going on here. Granted, I know you guys are probably not gonna agree with this, and that's okay because even I'm having a hard time believing this shit, bro. But like, I can't not say this with all this proof being put in front of me, right? All these clues and hints being put in front of me. There was no way I wasn't gonna say that this was Makaka Iko. Bro, this was the meanest cliffhanger to leave on because I have to live with this speculation for the next week. And who knows if we're even gonna get that. And one of the things that I didn't get into, which I meant to get into, was the fact, I didn't write this down, but it was something that I had on my mind, was the fact that Mimoa may potentially switch sides after hearing what Makaka Iko, I mean, we're just gonna call him Kuro, bro, with what Kuro has to say. Because how else is Rudo going to get this information without Mimoa telling him, you know, because that's what this was all for. This was all for Rudo to get the information because he wanted just a little more. I genuinely think that Mimoa might turncoat, right? She might become a turncoat and switch sides. I'm hoping that's what it's gonna be because I really think Mimoa stands out in regards to that whole like vandal crew, you know, raider crew, whatever they are. I think she's like a sore thumb because to me, she doesn't really fit the mold of like villainy. She just doesn't. But anyways, I digress. In the comments, let me know what you think of all this shit down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. This video took a while to get out because I had to do a lot of research, man. I had to go back and look at these things just to back up the claims I'm making here. On top of that, I haven't been feeling that well, so I had to take a break for myself, man. Which I really shouldn't have because this put me behind on my goal, which is reaching 10K by the end of the summer. And I'm gonna be real, I don't think we're gonna make it if we don't go hard. So I'm gonna get out of here and get to editing this video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this one. And as always, I'm DomoSenpai, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Be easy.